DrTrulove, that is.
Another true reflection, special edition with some tarot reflections.
But here it is, TRUniversity. Again, spacing is a little bit wacky, but everything is a rough draft and ever developing. Whether you are just starting your own spiritual journey or curious to see what the process entails, this space is for the development, reflection, and exploration of the true self. Journey into the process of intuition, thoughts, connection, spirituality, and much more. And then yours truly, DrTrulove. In TRUniversity, you do true reflections. You look back at past information, and the more you do that, the more that you see that you have really everything that you need to move forward. It's more of kind of putting the pieces together.
Basically starting the spiritual journey that is, in essence, what TRUniversity is. The analogy of plants or growth, seed gets planted, that thought enters your mind, or the roots are established. From there, you're able to develop. Maybe it's a seedling, but it takes a lot of organization of all those seeds, all the thoughts to coordinate the roots to come together to organize themselves and form. And then over time, that maturation and from that process of development, you get the element of, or the essence of, whatever the thought was, or whatever the plant is from the seed. Whatever is on the opposite side of the root, as above, so below.
Go into the true reflection log side, the back end of everything. I have the last two reflection readings I did, one in March, another in May. What I'm going to be doing now, after I open everything up, is taking a photo of the new reading that should be going here, recorded, and that would be today. Recording meaning like I'm capturing it. So today is the 11th. Wasn't any vocalized intention, but I would say it was more of testing frequencies and doing an experiment at the time. But at any rate, again, this is the journey into intuition, thoughts, reflections, soul, story, self, all of that. And it is a very layered process involving organization, transformation, alignment, synchronicity, multidimensionality, and much more. I've been using like a tree analogy to break down all of the pieces of TRUniversity because there's more than just the true reflection. So today, again, June 11th, year 2021, WON topic. And I had entered this in earlier today because I was going to do a reflection earlier today. I didn't get to it. But the topic, so as I wrote, is divine. And then the presence, mind, body. I'll leave magic up there. Then, so basically it's organized like a agenda of the mind, body, or for the mind, body, and the third entity, which changes. Could be spirit, could be magic, could just be vibes. It just all depends. But for now, I'm going to leave magic. And then I either acknowledge or verbalize my reflection mantras. And there are two One is love, love, love. It's all here for you if you let it in. And hold on, true love, hold on. All right. And so let's do the true function reveal. I already did the reading. And it was really interesting. I was just kind of going in my drawer. Because of the overlap in my last two readings and the theme being threes, someone told me to pull this deck out. These are all different decks. This is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. This one is the Hoodoo Tarot, and my new reading, or my June reading, let me get this picture out. I'm going to insert the picture, please, there, and that is what I'm going to capture very shortly. So I'm going to put up the new reading here and do the reveal of the other cards from the impromptu reading the other day. And again, there was one card that I did not reveal just yet. Think of the readings that I do not as just individual readings that are independent of each other, but a part of a larger reading, a larger narrative, a larger story. And that's why I think I see the connections between one reading to the next, and more so too, not only the same card, I also pay attention to the position of the card. So here, the Empress is in the third card position, 1, 2, 3. Whereas with the second reading, it was the first card in the first position, going 1, 2, 3. So to me, that shows that the narrative is moving along. And energy is being shifted, or as I set the intention for the second reading, as transitioning. And I feel like, to me, this is like a transition from one side to the other side. And once I have the photo, I'm going to put it in the log so that I can look at all of them at once. So I'm going to take a couple of photos and light candle here. First reading here. Second reading is there. First reading is rediscovering roots. Yep. The second was about transitioning. Again, this shows the transition one side to the next side, kind of masculine, if you want to look at it that way. You got the Father and Queen card, or Empress and Knight. And then down here, Seven of Wands is kind of like a FB card. And just being in your greatness. And then Eight of Sticks is an amplifying card. The picture of a woman getting some bark from a tree struck by lightning, said to enhance the energy. As I did pick some bark from a tree. And got this piece here. Hard to see there. But immediately when I picked this particular piece out, a number stuck out to me. That's number 7, as I learned, is a number of completion. So this whole sort of trilogy reading, I don't know what to call it, hybrid, multi-deck reading. I feel like this is a very powerful reading for one. Not only just starting with very powerful cards and pulling major arcana cards, but also the sequencing of the numbers and the Bella. Why are you getting seeds in my reading? Again, making a mess. But also the significance of the number 7, meaning that what is here just flew in the try to find the flame. That means that we must reveal the next card. Thank you, Bella. That was very dangerous of you. Don't do that again. You heard me saying complete, and he's like, all right, complete the spell, blow out the candle, boom. Bello had knocked like 6 cards on the floor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with any more cards. Picked them all up, put the deck away. I realized there was still 1 card left. And generally, if I'm not doing a 3-card spread, it could vary the amount of cards, but I've never done like a 2-card spread. So the fact that there was 1 card left on the ground was interesting to me. Like, okay, maybe that is supposed to go along with these other 2 cards, maybe kind of seal everything together. So let's see what that card looks like now. All right, so that card is the Ace of Cups. So it was kind of cool that first I always try to interpret the card of what I see, and it looks like it's a woman holding some kind of bowl or cup, probably. It looks like some kind of energy is being transferred. So I just look at things in that way, where there's always, the universe is always showing us signs, or is always showing us something, but it's our job to kind of put the pieces together or disregard things that aren't as relevant. Ace of Cups. Might see new connections, new romantic relationships, friendships, seeds of love and hope, newfound emotions, awakening of the heart, joy, positive outcomes, oneness, bliss, creativity. An extremely positive message of vibrant beginnings. The Ace of Cups marks the genesis of relationships, emotional connections, and deep feelings of love and friendship. Your emotions are powerful magic. Cultivate your ability to call on expansive, optimistic, and profoundly radiant feelings and consciously send your heart waves out into the world. They will become powerful beacons for awakening new adventures, romance, and the effusive joy that you are calling into your life. Your capacity for love is expanding. So check in and make sure you aren't repressing your ability to connect with others as a result of being overly protective. Mindfully extend the love you feel to your own heart as well. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and find a fountainhead for healing. With copious amounts of self acceptance, get ready to expand. Exciting affinities are emerging, and it's time to open up and give yourself permission to deepen your kinship with the life around you. The mantra for the card is my heart is open and filled with love. An honor, a pleasure. It's yours truly, Dr. TRULove that is. And I am out.